Welcome back to NailBabe Pod, a podcast dedicated to interviewing the nail babes of the nail world. I'm your host, Abe.nailbabe. I'm a full-time nail content creator turned podcaster. This week, my nail babe is Anahi from AVR Nail Swatches. You've probably seen her swatch videos, especially if you follow Lacquer. Anahi is a content specialist for Lacquer, so she creates content. She runs their TikTok account, hugely successful TikTok account, almost 1 million followers. She also coordinates their affiliate program, so working for Lights is her 9 to 5. Plus, she has her own personal account, so we get into how all of that works and how it is to work for a nail polish brand. Not only does she create content, but she also is the one reaching out to creators to request UGC, user-generated content, for the Lights Lacquer socials. So we get into what it's like working on both sides of the equation. Working for a nail polish brand, creating your own content, creating content for that brand, and talking to creators, negotiating, and best practices for people communicating with social media managers. Super interesting conversation. She's such a lovely person. So without any further ado, oil those cuticles, lotion your hands, and welcome Anahi to the pod. Well, I'm so excited to welcome Anahi to the pod. AVR Nail Swatches on Instagram.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. I mean, beautiful nails. You are like looking
Thank
at
you.
your feed. It's so aesthetic, first of all, but also so consistent.
Thank you.
Like
It
literally.
took a long time to get there.
Yeah, finding that like style or like that go-to.
Yes.
But like I think that's honestly a big key to success. It seems like in the larger pages, like they're very consistent.
Yes. I definitely learned a lot. I feel like last year and this year through like my manager, Michelle, she taught me like everything about like the feed aesthetic and everything like that. So I kind of keep that in mind, like, oh, do the colors flow when you're looking at my page? Yeah. So if one color is like out of place, it bothers me, but I'm like, no, I have to post this like right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
But like how many people are actually looking at our feeds, do you think?
I feel
Like
like
our
a lot of people
homepage.
do.
Really?
Maybe it's just me. Is it
But
just
like
me?
do you look at your own, but like do you look at other people's?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I do. Just if I see someone post like a reel or a photo, I look at it, and then I click their profile. I'm like, oh, did they post like a video or did they post a photo? Like I want to see it. So that's when like I actually
Okay,
look
I
at
guess yeah, if I see a photo, then I'm like, how did they do this?
it.
Like
Yes.
yeah, but I'm like, for
Exactly.
me, like I just always post a video. I don't post a photo.
Yeah. But that works for you because your swatches, oh my, you inspired me for the thumb swatches. I'm like,
Oh.
how is this so, you're so still. And I feel like my videos are like, I'm like moving a lot.
Yeah.
And you're so still. I'm like mesmerized by it.
That's I'm like, because I drink like large cold brew, but I'm like, I need to swatch like at midnight because like by then it's like worn off. I'm like half asleep and then I'm not moving. Or else like
you're shaking.
yeah, no, literally. Like some videos I'll try to film during the day and it's like so shaky. I'm like, I can't use this. Like this is
Yeah. I know mine too when I'm swatching like, or if I'm recording like my whole hand, sometimes like a finger will like shake a lot. I'm like, oh, I need to drink a lot more water because I'm having too much coffee.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Eat like a bag of chips or like something salty to like
I'm
soak
like, I need food.
That's when like I have like so many, like I don't even, probably you don't see it in my videos, but like I have like a glass bottle that I use like rest my hand on, and like I have things under my wrist, and like my other swatching hand I have like a box that I use to like make it the right height.
Tips and tricks. All the
like,
tips and tricks. Oh my
normally
gosh.
if I'm pinning my thumb in real life, I'd like put it on the edge of the table. But
Uh-huh.
in the video, it's not like that. So then you'd have to be like up in the air. Anyway, that's how
You film up in the air?
Well, if you have your hand like on the table,
okay, yeah.
Your thumb is like much higher.
Yeah. Oh,
But
I thought you meant you film like this.
Oh my god,
Oh
no.
my goodness.
But like some people, I feel like they do. Like Base Coat Stories, I feel like she's like so like
I love
floating.
Her videos.
I know.
Love her videos.
She's iconic.
Yes, she is. She really is.
Yeah.
I could talk about a lot of people.
I know.
I love them.
I know. Also, because we're like, okay, you said manager. So what does this mean? You work for Lights Lacquer.
Yes. So I'm the affiliate marketing and content specialist at Lights Lacquer. But our brand marketing manager, her name is Michelle. She taught me or is still teaching me everything that I know. So I've
She
learned
like
so
oversees
much.
everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And she like oversees like me and everything. And she's just like really helped me, not just like work wise, but even like my personal page. Like
Oh.
she's, I need to pay her. Like I owe her everything. But she's amazing. She taught me everything about like Instagram. TikTok is like a whole other monster, to be honest.
Well, I was
don't
gonna
even
say
touch
like
it.
I like was searching you and I was like saw your TikTok and I was like, oh, right? Like
Yeah,
is that
I tried with TikTok with like nails. It never hits. And when I post something like random or personal, it gets more views. I'm like,
okay,
really?
literally same. I'm like, I haven't posted in TikTok forever. I'm trying to get back into it. But like literally I was texting Larissa this morning and I like sent her a screenshot and I was like circled 2 videos on TikTok. I was like, both of these videos like have over 2 million views on Instagram. Posted
Yeah.
them to TikTok,
Yeah.
500 views. Not even
Yeah.
1,000 views. I'm like, how is this like how does that
Yeah.
even work? Like it's just like
It,
what is TikTok?
it's so TikTok. I've learned so much with TikTok, especially managing it. But like I'm in charge of TikTok for the past 2 years, I guess now.
Okay.
For Lights Lacquer. And every week, I feel like every day it's changing constantly.
Yeah.
How the algorithm works on someone's For You page, the keywords you use, or like some creators don't even use words on their videos. They just have it like a little caption, or they don't use hashtags. Now it's seeing it as, you kind of see it as Pinterest in a way. It's like the new Pinterest, but video format. So it's like how to do this. You have to be very specific with the words. And then with music too, whatever's trending at the time, you need to use it. So
do you look at the like top, because in TikTok, if you scroll on the music, it says like top trending sounds, but I feel like those are not good. I don't know.
No, I look at big creators that are
Okay.
whatever sounds they use. I'm like, oh, okay, this is what's trending.
Okay, that's what I've been doing too, because I'm like, the trending things that TikTok gives you is like not good.
No, it's not good. And then also if you're like registered as a business, you can only use like certain sounds and stuff like that. So that plays a part. But yeah, always go to like big creators, even if it's not nails at all. It could be whoever pops up, see what sound they're using and then see how many views they get and just try it out.
I feel like that's a good tip. Also, because like the Lights Lacquer TikTok is like huge, like does very well.
Yeah, actually last year was such a huge year. It did so well. This year, I feel like it's so hard.
Well, I feel like people have been saying that TikTok has been changing.
Yeah, I see other content creators and their views are down too. I'm like, okay, maybe it's not just us. Like, is it the content? Is it not great? Like, what's happening? What's not working?
But like, that's where I'm like,
so much.
I think like going back to like this video had millions of views on Instagram, but then like on TikTok, it's like none. So I'm just like, obviously it's not the content because my content's perfect. But I'm just like, so like, where's the disconnect? Like, I guess it's like also because now Instagram promotes videos on Facebook. I don't know if you allow that and see that. Where I'm like, sometimes I'm like, all the views are coming from Facebook. And I'm just like, okay, first of all, it doesn't give me anything. Like no follows, no anything. I'm just like, I guess it's just a big number on the video, but it's like some of them like millions of views just on Facebook. So I like go into my analytics and it's like 10,000 views on Instagram. I'm like, how?
Social media is just it's a whole headache. Sometimes that's why I'm like, okay, I posted, let me like walk away because I can't. But TikTok too, it depends what time you post also.
Really?
Yeah. So like
but
always
like,
go
what
to
time?
like your analytics. You have to see like when your followers are like most active, like always test it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so, what's the word? Discouraging.
Yes.
Because then you like spend so much time and it's like there's still no like where it's Instagram, I feel like I can predict like I'll have like a decent amount of engagement just based off like followers or like community and just like posting consistently. But like TikTok, you never know.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I kind of gave up on TikTok. Like nail wise.
Yeah. Well, also you're running that other one that's like that's what I was gonna ask too. I'm like, I feel like if you're because how many accounts are like okay, what's your like job description, I guess, or like what do you do for the brand side?
I do the affiliate marketing, so I'm in charge of the affiliate program.
Okay.
I like source out affiliates, and then I'm in charge of the brand artist program too. So we contract artists. We assign content every week for them. So that's what I do, and then.
So you come up with ideas for the content, or you're just saying like, here's a collection, you guys figure it out?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. And then also like I swatch for the company and do a lot of things like that. Like for the website, if you see like my hand is like all there for the swatches. And then I create a lot of videos also. So I'm like painting my hands like 5 times a day.
I believe it.
Yeah. In the mornings, I do emails. And then afternoons, I just film all day.
And then you also run the TikTok. You said.
Yes, I run the TikTok.
Okay. So is it just you you're just the one running the TikTok?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. But I have my manager, Michelle, like
right,
overlooking everything. So yeah.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, I feel like you do a lot.
Yeah.
And then plus your personal accounts.
Plus my personal account. Plus the side little business.
Yeah. Where I'm just like, I was going to say, like, I feel like after I post a TikTok or like after I'm trying to get into YouTube Shorts too, where I'm like, after I do that, I'm like, I don't want to post again. Like, I just imagine like you running this TikTok and you're like, now I have to do my own thing. Like, it just seems like another whole thing. Obviously.
Yeah. Burnt out is real. Like, that's why sometimes even on my personal, I could go days without posting, which is horrible for my growth, but it's because I need that. I need to disconnect because I'm too much on social media for work that I need to disconnect for my own like mental health.
Yeah. I want to go back to like, because I have people do their like SparkNote versions, right, of how they got into nail polish. So I want to go back to that and get my example is simply nailogical, COVID boredom, self-expression are my SparkNotes.
I'm ready. Okay. So mine is every time I watch any of the podcasts, I'm like, what would mine be as if you were going to have me on? But now that I'm on, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Today's your day.
Yes, today is my day to share. So I would say childhood hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And then the brands that like really got me into it was like OPI, Sally Hansen, and then later on was KL Polish.
Okay.
I think that's my SparkNotes. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. I feel like you got the assignment. I feel like some people are like, SparkNotes, let me give you 10 hours of stuff. And I'm like, this is not what I asked for.
I came prepared.
Thank you. No, but okay. So nice. Okay. So, because like KL Polish, people don't know, was Kathleen Lights Lacquer's owner, creator, original polish line.
Yes.
So then were you like a subscriber to her? Because she's a very big YouTuber, right?
Yeah, I was. My best friend got me into her because back then, like, was it 2014, 2015? Everyone was so into like the beauty and like makeup. I feel like it's not as big as it is now, but YouTube was so huge.
The makeup drama. I feel like people are like, oh.
It's like, no, never mind.
Just like these 2 men in makeup, like I feel like just spoiled it. I don't know. It seems like.
Yeah, I feel like there was more people that spoiled it too.
Okay. Yeah. Just from the outside, I'm like what's going on over here?
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
Okay, but she was a beauty. Because I've actually never watched her YouTube.
No, yeah. So she was a beauty influencer, makeup.
Like lifestyle too, or just mostly like
no,
makeup?
just beauty, makeup. Oh. Yeah. So I watched her a lot. I always like admired them, like the colors and stuff, but I never bought from them because at the time I never bought online back then.
For nail polish or just in general?
In general, I never bought online.
Well, what year was that?
That was like when the KL came out. Honestly, I don't remember. I don't remember when.
I feel like, but there was definitely a thing of like people being like online, like credit card, like like my parents are like very. I feel like it took them a long time to like.
Yes, exactly. That's how I felt. So yeah, I always admired it, and then one day I was like, okay, let me just like grab like a couple my favorites. I love cream polishes. That's just my go-to polish. So I would just like buy those or whichever ones. That's kind of how I got into it. But mostly my collection back then was like OPI or like Sally Hansen, whatever I found like at Target or like at Sally Beauty Supply and stuff like that.
And you were just posting Sally Beauty or like whatever you had at when you started your Instagram? Okay.
Yeah, that's where I started. But I've been painting my nails since I was a kid. My earliest memory was elementary, like culmination. I really wanted to get my nails done. And my mom was like, no, you could just paint them yourself. So I did. I grabbed, what was it called? NYC, like from Target, a very cheap little nail polish, like a baby blue glitter with like a baby blue French tip, which I wish I had a photo of that.
Fancy.
To see how horrible it was.
That's ambitious.
Yeah, for a little 5th grader.
Yeah.
Yeah, but ever since then, I've always had my nails painted. And then I trickled into like a nail art. I made my mom buy me some like dotting tools from Sally Beauty Supply one time. I think I still have them too somewhere.
Probably. I feel like
But
dotting tools.
yeah,
It's like I have like a whole drawer full of dotting tools. And I'm like, yep, we got them. Like we got them.
we can't evolve from here. Don't you have like really big ones
Oh
too?
yeah, they're like mandala dotting tools, right? For those
Yeah,
like when they paint the rocks, right? Is that a
yeah,
mandala?
I
Yeah,
think
there was
so.
like those. I was like, oh wait, actually, I do need these.
Those are so huge. But yeah, I've always do like stuff like that. I did my nails for prom. I
Aw.
posted that like years ago.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How do you feel about crackle nail polish? Be honest.
I don't like crackle nail polish. I had
Really?
a friend in
Okay.
high school that like she loved it.
I
Um
am wearing it right now.
really?
I posted them this morning.
I saw someone do crackled with another color on top so it looked like snake or like crocodile. I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." Yeah,
Oh,
I forgot who it
actually,
was. I think
that
Hollow
sounds
Taco
good.
like reposted it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
so
this is
pretty.
the OPI original crackle polish, I guess. Like I had to have like someone like find it and send it to me because I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't. I think it's because I wasn't into nail polish when they were
Mhm.
first here, crackle
Yeah.
nails, that I'm like into it. Whereas like I
Mhm.
wonder if it's like if you remember crackle nail
Yeah.
polish that people don't like it because it's like it looked bad back then. Or just
Yeah,
like, I don't
it
know,
did. It
reminds
did.
you of like that. Like I wonder if
Yeah.
that's like why people hate it so much.
Yeah, I think so because I remember in high school that was a thing. So
But like was
I never tried
everyone
it.
doing it or was it still just like
No, it was like a little sprinkle like of people doing
yeah.
it really. A lot of people did like the chevron print. It's like oh my gosh, Pinterest, man. Pinterest was all like chevron back then.
Oh yeah. I just saw a TikTok that was like this generation's
Yes.
chevron is checkered
Checkered.
board.
Yes.
I was like,
Yes.
woo.
I was like, oh no.
I was like, but I still like it.
I know, me too. I'm like, oh,
I was like, I want checkered floors.
I know. I'm like, I have a checkered rug. My phone case is checkered.
Whoop. Well, we still have a few more years until it's
Yeah,
cringe.
yeah, for sure.
Okay, so what's this timeline? You're posting online, and then
Yeah. It
how's
was
the timeline
so,
to like get into like working at lights?
oh my goodness, this is like
So
so
a lot
many
of years.
years.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's been 5 years since I started my page.
Oh.
Back to the beauty thing. People were so into beauty and doing like lip swatches or like swatches on their arms of
Oh.
lipsticks.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I loved beauty, but I was like, I can't put myself out there. Like I don't really like showing my face that much, especially back then. And then when I would go to stores for nail polish, I wouldn't be the type to open the polish and like swatch on my finger. I would just look at it at the bottle.
Do
And
people do
or
that?
yeah.
Oh.
Or they swatch it like on the little like
I've
plastic.
seen that,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
But I'm
like,
like, what is that showing you?
yeah, it looks so different on skin tones. I would either Instagram like the like OPI and then like the name, or I would go on Pinterest to look at it or like Google while I'm in store and I wouldn't really find anything. So in my head, I was like, maybe I should just like swatch some colors and like put it out there. So one day I was like, whatever, I'm just going to do it. But what was really hard starting was my handle name. I was like, what am I going to call myself? I feel like that's always hard. And now I kind of regret my name because it's so long, but I feel like I wasn't thinking back then.
I feel like you could. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I actually was thinking about this. I was like, just
I was
like
going to ask you.
AVR nails. I'm like, you get rid of swatching. I don't know, but now you're like too
I
into
know.
it.
I know. I always go back with Michelle. I'm like, dang, like I wish I like just put like ABR nails. That's it, not like swatches. Because mostly my count is swatches, which gets more views actually, like
Okay.
swatches than like nail art. Because I feel like nail art, I'm still like not a beginner, but kind of more practicing, getting the hang of it, you
I
know?
feel like same. I feel like also it's just like it's so hard. Like it's like unless you have
Yes.
like something that's actually like great, but then it's just like
Yeah.
sometimes it just doesn't look good. Like for
Yeah.
me,
Sometimes a flop.
yeah. I was like also like it smudges all the time. I'm like I
Yeah.
don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like I can't edit this out in a video or not easily.
Yes. Yes.
Like why do you feel like you have like is it bad to like have a long name like or like what
Oh
is
no,
it
it's
about
just
that that's just like it's just annoying to like write it out?
yeah.
Okay.
That's the main reason. It's just annoying to write it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't change it because it's connected to like everything now.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're like that's my advice for like a lot of people, because I feel like a lot of people do change their name.
Oh,
I
really?
wouldn't, because it's connected. Like if you Google your @name, like a lot of articles pop out to whatever like magazine or something like
I've
use
never
them.
been in an
So
article or a magazine.
are you sure?
I could be wrong. I don't
You could
know.
be. Google yourself. You'll be surprised like where you pop up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Just
feel like I
Google your
haven't
@name.
though, but
Yeah,
whatever.
you'll be surprised. I
I did
have, and I'm like, I
actually.
never gave you
Oh,
permission
really?
to post that.
Oh,
Yeah.
cease and desist. I did look. I was like, who's I don't remember who I was talking to, but they were like, there's a bunch of like Reddit posts that like or hate comments on me, and I was like, oh, what? I have to check Reddit. Like, let me
Oh,
see
I
what's
never
on
checked
there.
that.
Yeah, but
Oh,
then it was
that's
just like one
scary.
person being like, who's this guy who paints his nails and he has like his ring with his ad on it? Like, who is that? And then
That's
one person's like, that's
genius
Abe.
marketing.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
Yeah, because a lot of people steal content.
Yeah. Which
Mhm.
like I just gave up.
Yeah.
You can't chase it.
You can't. I'll post a tutorial. Next day, a random account posts it. I'm like, what? You're welcome, I guess.
It was funny when I did the like green screen, like I like photoshopped or like After Effects my
Oh my
video.
gosh. Yes.
But like the repost accounts were reposting it as if it was real. And I was like, wait, actually, this is great because now I got you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, turn the tables.
Yes.
Everyone's like, what was this? What collection is this? And I'm like, you can't get it.
Sorry. I feel like I'm jumping back and forth.
I mean, that's the
But this is great.
podcast.
Yeah,
That's
that's how
just
it
what
is.
happens.
This is what it is.
We never know what we're going to talk about next, and that's
Yes.
what keeps people interested.
That's the beauty of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, like the hardest part of starting was like my @name or the handle name. And then I just started posting like whatever polishes I had.
I feel like same. I feel like I mean, that's what people do, right?
Yeah.
We're not like
and
no
then
one
you
ever
get
starts
into
it and be like, I'm gonna be whatever. Like I don't know if they do.
Exactly. And I was following Larissa actually, and I was just looking at her. I'm like, okay, what does she do and stuff? Like what strategy does she have?
Yeah.
At the time, but I was just like posting swatches, and then I really got into like I've always been into like matte top coat for some reason. Yeah, so I would post like swatches of that too, of how the polishes look like that.
I never do matte.
Yeah. I love it for fall and winter. That's like my favorite.
Maybe it's just because I'm like always like bathing in oil.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, and it does chip faster because it's matte. So
But like you do like a regular top coat underneath, right? Or no?
No, I don't. But that I should. That's a good.
That's what I feel like people do because it like seals it in or like whatever makes it
Yeah.
dry faster, and then you just do matte.
I should do
Test
that.
Test it.
Yeah, I'm gonna test that. Thank you. Test that out. But yeah, I was just posting random. Like if you go, don't scroll back to my bikini photos. But if you ever go back, it's just like, whoa, that's rough. Like
I mean, yeah, same. I was using my iPhone flash. Like that's where we were.
it was so bad. We evolved.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, back then, I actually talked about this with Dizzy Nails, Diana, a while ago, that back then, the creators, all they really wanted was to be noticed by a brand. Like, I just wanted a brand to like my photo. That was it.
Same.
Like, I never thought that a little hobby would end like this, like, give me my career, basically. So it's crazy.
If I was being honest with myself, like in the back of my head, I was like, I want some PR, but like I never like past that. I would never thought they were gonna like pay or like do anything or like have my page like grow. I was just like, I want some free nail polish, and like that was it.
No, it totally went from I just want them to like my photo and then comment my photo and then repost my photo. And then it went to, oh, I kind of want PR from them. That would be cool. And then now it was like, oh, I could get paid for this? Like, that's crazy. Yeah. I feel like during 2020, that's when like it skyrocketed into like, oh, let's pay you for this and stuff like that. Companies like actually like got it. So yeah, I thought that's kind of like how I grew into it. 2020 was definitely like the year that I actually started being a brand artist for Lights Lacquer. That's how I started with them. So I was just contracted with them and I would create content for them every week.
And they just reached out to you. I guess you were using their products.
Yeah, I was using their products. They would like repost some of my content. And then they had a submission to be a brand artist one time. So I was like, oh, it won't hurt. Let me just do it. And then I got it, surprisingly. And so I was doing that on the side.
And that was a paid thing at that point? Okay.
Yes, it's a paid thing. Yeah, it was so crazy. Because back then I was like, I'm getting paid to like paint my nails. That's insane. Like who does that? But yeah. And then a couple months later, they reach out to me, offer me a job as a full-time content specialist. And I was like, what? And I have Michelle to thank for that because she told them like, yeah, I want her. So shout out to Michelle. She gave me my career. Well, she basically changed my career because before I was a teacher. I went to my bachelor's in child development, but COVID kind of ruined everything.
As it did.
As it did for everyone.
Yeah. So then what she's like, okay, I want you to be a full-time creator, but like what does that mean? Like how was that different from what you were already doing? It's just like now there's a guarantee like salary and like X amount of content or okay.
9 to 5. Here's your 9 to 5.
Okay. And then so is there like a expectation for you to like make a certain amount of content or like do that? Because you post a lot of I mean, you make a lot of content with lights, lacquer polishes, just because, like, I'm guessing that's what you do all day. So it's like, here you are. Like, you're in lights, lacquer, like, you want to make videos and post about it too.
Yeah.
So, or it's just kind of like you get to do whatever you want.
I feel like now I have a lot more freedom. Before it was like, oh, like, we need to, like, stay on trend. But it's, like, more like, oh, whatever you think, whatever comes to your mind, whatever's trending. So I have a lot more freedom now. Before it was always hard getting into nail art back then with any company or like any creator because it wasn't so. I feel like back then it was mostly just swatches, and then now it's like more nail art. So yeah, basically I have creative freedom now. And before it wasn't like, okay, you need to do this amount of videos a day. Like no, it was just like, oh, like we need to post TikToks like twice a day and stuff like that. So like one video from you a day and stuff. So it was like that. Yeah, and from content specialist just. I wasn't running the TikTok at the time. I was just creating content. And then little by little, it was like, okay, now you're in charge of the brand artist program, which like I love because I started as a brand artist. So I connect with the creators a lot. So I started doing that. And then little by little, it was like, okay, now you're in charge of the TikTok. And it's like, oh my God, I was so scared to do that because TikTok is a whole different monster. So I'm like, okay, I need to learn like TikTok. And then TikTok is always changing every day. So I have to like keep up with it. And then after I was like, okay, like you want to be in charge of the affiliate program? And I was like, oh my goodness, another monster.
You're like, does that a pay increase? Like, are you going to
pay? Yeah, of course. So yeah, I got in charge of that. And it's crazy and it's great because I get to meet so many or connect with so many content creators from nail creators to beauty. Also, what's her name? Oh my goodness. The Greater Good.
Elizabeth.
Yes, her as well. And it's just crazy.
Because you guys work with more than just nail creators too?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We work with like beauty creators also. So yeah, it's crazy.
Like, I feel like that is honestly sounds like a dream job. like on top of just like being a nail creator, which like already is a dream job. But I'm like, I don't know. It seems fun to like be able to have that like brand behind you of just like using other people's content and like, here's a budget. And we're like, great, like have all the like just email people and ask for content. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy that I never thought this could be a job at all. And I just thought I was going to be a teacher that just paints her nails on the side. But yeah, it's very crazy how it turned into a career. Yeah, the hand of the company is what they call me.
Oh, really? I mean, I guess you're in a lot
jokingly.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's like Game of Thrones, like hand of the king. You're the hand.
Yes. I need a little pin.
Yeah, actually, that would be nice.
That'd be cute, right?
So then you're reaching out to content creators? Like, are you, how does that side of it look? Because like, you're obviously, I mean, you work with other brands than Lights Lacquer, although you like post a lot of their stuff on your Instagram, obviously. I see a few different posts.
I get PR from some brands. I try not to work with them just because I feel like other people can get that opportunity. So I don't want to take that away. Also, I don't want to be like conflict of interest. Because
do you have like an exclusivity thing with Lights?
No, but I just feel that, not that it looks bad, but I feel like other people deserve to shine. That's why I don't really work with brands that much. And I also feel bad if I do.
Oh.
For some reason. Because I don't want another brand to be like, but you work for them. Why are you, I don't know. It's just in my head, I guess, all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it is like, I was curious about how you separate like your personal versus the brand
it's
or
hard.
Professional. Yeah.
It's very
hard.
Yeah, it's very hard. That's why I tried like I pick and choose. And then if I get PR, I get PR, which is like awesome. But I get burned out. So sometimes I won't be able to swatch that I want to or have free time that I want to because I get so burned out from work. And sometimes I'm like, I don't want to look at nail polish right now.
I feel bad.
Like I can't right now. I can't smell it right now. I'm just like, I need a break. And I feel bad. So I do sometimes devote like a day where I just swatch other companies and then I post. Yeah. Because I still love nail polish.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what's hard too. Cause you're like, I like this, but like, I just can't do it. Whereas like, I've been saying no to more PR recently. That like before, I feel like I'd always just be like, yeah, like send it. And that's how I ended up with this wall of nail polish.
Yeah.
But where now I'm just like, I won't have time to actually look at this or like use it. So I'm like, it's honestly, I should just warn the brand or like warn the people that's like, I can't, and like send it to somebody else that will enjoy it and like actually put it to use where like, I know I won't be able to do that.
Yeah. And I think a lot of brands really appreciate that because sending out products, it costs them a lot, you know?
Yeah, that's what, like, it feels bad to say no, but then I'm like,
yes,
it's not actually like, it's more just like, I can't.
Yeah, exactly. It's okay to say no. I say no a lot of time because I just don't want it to sit there. And then sometimes it does sit there and I'll swatch it. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, I have so much nail polish. I just give it away to like friends and family.
Same. Yeah. I like literally bring it to like the coffee shop that I go to.
That's so cute. That's so cute.
Like, baristas, do you guys want something?
That's so cute. I always gift to my godson's sister. She's 4 and she's just like, do you have nail polish for me? Like all the time. She's like, I want this. And she like loves it. Or I'll give it to like my grandma and stuff. And she's like obsessed with it too.
Yeah. No, so, I feel like that is nice. What's funny though, like I don't know if I'm getting the new, like I'm on Holo Taco's list, PR list. Like I don't know if I'm getting that Crackle Polish, which like I bought it because I was like, I'm obsessed with Crackle. But then it was just weird that I was like, wait, I don't have the polish that like I'm like, wait, this is so annoying to say, but I'm just like, I'm used to just having any polish that I want. Like before everybody else has it.
Yeah. Like, it's because you see other people post it and you're like, wait, where's mine?
Yeah, no, literally, I'm like, I have to wait for my ship. Like, it still hasn't shipped. I'm just like, I need my holotype. I'm going to cut that because that's annoying.
I love that.
Everyone's going to unsubscribe. Like, this guy is so pretentious. Ungrateful. Yeah, exactly. No, okay, so how is the, I guess, experience like dealing with creators? Like, I wonder, I'm always like trying to ask people that work on brand side or like have had that experience. I'm like, what can I do or what can creators do to like make your job easier? Or like, can I,
are there this question? Where's my list? Where's my list?
No, literally. I'm like, it's not that hard for me to like do an extra step or like whatever. Because I'm like, I want everyone to feel good about this. Yeah.
So I recommend having your email on your bio of your Instagram or any platform that you have. Always have your email.
Really?
Yes.
What if it's just the email button? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like I don't like it in the bio itself.
Yeah, I get you. But I think it's on browser, if someone's looking at you like on Google, like on their laptop or something, that button doesn't show up. I don't know if it,
well, I guess I can put it in my
now.
link tree.
Yeah, your link tree also.
Okay. I'll do that.
Have a link tree. I always go to someone's link tree to see all their socials. Have all your socials connected, by the way. Let's see.
You don't.
I know. I know.
I was just looking at yours and I was like, wait, where's her TikTok? I'm like,
I know. Let's not talk about that.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yes, exactly.
Just this podcast is about me calling out people.
Calling out myself. Yeah. That's so funny.
No, but that is a good tip.
Yes. Also have a media kit.
Okay.
Because brands ask for a media kit. Have a media kit separate from your rate sheet.
Right. Okay.
Always. Because the brand's going to ask you, oh, do you have a media kit or do you have a rate sheet? Okay. That's like.
And then just you like, obviously like on the media kit, your name, a bio, maybe your followers, engagement.
Yes. And then also anything that did like well, like a photo that did well.
Links to videos.
Links to videos. Photos, videos, anything, any collabs that you did,
like brand collab, like just brand
partnerships. Yes, anything huge like that. I believe mine has my partnership I did with Starbucks. Yeah.
Wait, I need to go
Well,
look at this again.
I'm like, we
Because I
can
feel
come
like I
back
do
into that.
remember this. I do remember this,
Yes.
but I haven't looked at it recently. That's
Yeah.
iconic. Wait, how?
Oh, I'm like, oh,
Like, never mind media kits, like Starbucks is.
let's forget everything. Yeah, I partnered with
How
Starbucks
did they
in
reach out to
spring.
you, or like what
Yes, they
is?
reached out to
Oh,
me.
how are you? Are
And
you like tagging Starbucks in every post? Like how?
no, so actually, I do some nail art with Alani New. Like this is an energy drink. So
Oh,
I get PR from them. So I'm like, oh, let me just create content. And
mm.
that's how Starbucks found me. Well, it wasn't
Oh,
Starbucks that found me. It was
their agency or something.
yeah, who they work with.
Yeah, but that's Starbucks. That is like their agency is them. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
So yeah, that's how
Starbucks. Yeah,
it's crazy. When I got that email, I was like, what? Is this fake?
you're like, what is
Because
reward program is they're trying to get me? I don't know. Starbucks app.
right. No, but that's another thing. You have to look at whoever emails you, look at their email address. Also, I take it to another step. I always go to like the LinkedIn of like any company, or I look up the name of who's emailing me on LinkedIn to see if they actually work for them. So that's a tip.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good tip to look at because also like you get lots of
Yes.
scams when it's like at Gmail. I'm like,
Yes. Yes. Always look at their email. Always,
yeah,
always Google someone.
yeah.
That's a good tip. But yeah, like the agency that works with them emailed me and I was like, is this fake? Because it's like the whole process was so easy though. It was stressful but easy. They were so great.
Stressful just because it was Starbucks and you were stressed, or like they were like, we need.
No,
Okay,
that it was
yeah,
like, this is huge. Like,
yeah. You were
I
just
need to impress these people. And it's always like, is my content gonna do well for them? You know, that's always, even with any type of brand that you work with, that's always like in the back of my head. I'm like, is it gonna work? Are they gonna get views? Are they gonna get likes? Like, is it gonna flop? So I think that was like my main concern. But I did a matcha drink, the spring drink for them. And it was posted like on their TikTok and on the Instagram, and it did really well. And
I feel like nail content does well on other people's pages.
yes, it
Yeah,
does. And
brands need to buy more content
yeah,
from us.
you know, and a lot of brands are like drinks also, like was it nail ink that did White Claw recently, I
Oh
believe.
yeah.
Like a lot of beverage brands are like reaching out to like nail content creators, which is crazy. I am kind of happy to say that I was their first nail content creator to work with Starbucks.
Very exciting.
Yeah, it's just crazy because I wouldn't think I would work with Starbucks because it's
I mean,
Starbucks.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like I grew up drinking Starbucks. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So yeah, it's a little dream come true, I guess. That I didn't know was there.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a dream until it happened.
Okay, wait, so going back to things that make your job easier. Media
Oh,
kit
yes.
was a good recommendation.
Mhm.
What about like in emails? Like, I don't know. I'm like, should I like recap what something happened in the email for them? Or like, I don't know, maybe if some people are more on top of it and know what's going on, or other people
Yeah.
aren't.
Yeah, because you know, sometimes it does take people a while to like respond to emails because they're like people have meetings, especially if they work from home. They have like I have so many meetings
Oh, really?
during my days. Yeah.
To like do what? Like, what is,
Mhm.
I don't, they're just like talking about like content and like goals of like the page and things.
Just everything. Everything.
Oh,
Everything that comes with a brand. It's a
yeah.
lot. I must say, saying I hope you're doing well like makes the person's day like it makes my day when someone says that to me, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
So
I
I'm
feel
like,
like I
oh,
always do, but then I'm just like, is this, I feel like I'm just
you
like
do.
copy. Yeah, I'm just
You
like,
do.
it's just like copy paste. Like, does anyone
Yeah.
care? I'm like, I don't know. But I guess that, I mean, yeah, it's always nice to like
Yeah.
put those pleasantries.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And that doesn't
But
take an
yeah,
extra
it
second, right?
doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be kind.
Yeah.
Starting your email being kind. But yeah, have like your email into your bio or like in the little button in your Instagram or any social media, your media kit. Always try to update it. I know Sig was talking about that last time. Always try to update your media kit.
I actually
And your
don't
rates too.
have a media kit.
You should.
I have like an online one that's just kind of like, I don't know, I don't like it as much, but I want to make one that's like really me
Yeah.
and like designed.
Yes.
But like,
Go on Canva.
I mean, I'm gonna go to Illustrator actually, because I'm a
Okay,
real
go.
designer.
Yeah. Sorry.
Just-
Like basic.
just shing
I'm
on.
being basic.
No, I'm just such like a snob, like Illustrator snob, Photoshop snob.
No, you're amazing at Photoshop. Oh my gosh, I never learned how to do that.
Honestly, work smarter, not harder.
I need to learn how to do Photoshop. I always want to learn. I'm like,
I feel like it's not too bad once you get into it.
Yeah.
But I'll
for
Photoshop
sure.
anything for you if you want.
Oh, thanks. You're like the master of Photoshop. You really are. Okay, so like email, your media kit, your rate sheet also. I think it looks very like clean and professional when you have like an actual like rate sheet.
Yeah.
Also,
I feel like the rates, I do feel like I adjust it based off the brands though.
Yes.
Where I guess you could just have like a Google Doc that you like
You can have
change
like
it up.
a high end, a low end.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, like depending on.
But also if you send like if you just have like a flat rate of everything and you send it to a brand, you could also tell them like, oh, you're open to negotiation, or like ask them for like their budget that they have in mind.
Okay, so then I mean that is like something that I hear people say, and sometimes I recommend to people who ask me if like they're trying to gauge if a brand is like willing to pay or like what their budget is to say like, oh, do you have a budget for this, or like what's your budget for this project? But I always wonder if that's like, I know it's hard to like, because I'm like, I feel like you actually are a nice person and like actually know what you're doing and not trying to like take advantage of all these nail creators.
Thank you. Thank you.
So,
well, it's because
you,
also I am a content creator, so I see both sides.
Exactly. Yeah, you understand our pain.
I understand. Yeah. Exactly.
But I'm like, if you ask, I wonder if people are just gonna be like, yeah, we have $100. And I'm like, do you really though?
Yeah.
Like so many times, even just like literally this morning, they were saying like, oh, this is our max budget. We need to have all of this plus boosting under 3K. And I was like, well, no, like plus boosting, like that's going to be another like whatever. And then they were like, oh, okay, then. I was like, what happened to this was your max budget? Like, they're like, actually, okay, sure. Like, if as soon as I like push back, they're like, we really want to make this work, but this is our max. Flat has to be under this range. And I was like, well, no. And they're like, okay, then we'll give you more. And I'm like, well, why didn't you say that? Or like, why did you make it sound like I was like going to lose the deal if I didn't accept?
Yeah, so. they gotta watch what they say.
I know.
Because I'm
going to blast them on the podcast.
No, they have to realize that you're saying one thing and then you're going back and it's like, oh no, never mind, just kidding. Like,
yeah.
No.
Like, so how does that work on the brand side? Like, obviously you have a budget and like, how are you have to like divide this up, like content, like what are you doing behind the scenes when you like reach out to content or like plan, I guess the month or the year in content? Like, how does that even look?
Excel sheets are my best friend.
Okay.
Because I have everything broken down every month.
Okay.
Because I have a budget every month. So yeah, that's how I look at it. But I look at it like 2-3 months in advance. Like let's say like what today's October. I was looking at October budget back in the summer, like June, July.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's how I do it and see like if it fits or not. But it really helps me seeing someone else's their rates first to see if it works for like the budget I have. But like I was saying, like don't sell yourself short because you never know. So if you have a certain rate, tell the brand. If you're open for a negotiation, tell the brand also. You just have to see how it works in your favor too. Like what do you gain from it?
Yeah. I feel like sometimes saying like, I feel like it should be obvious that I'm willing to negotiate. But then I'm like, if I say I'm willing to negotiate, then that just means that I don't actually want that rate. So I'm like, here's my number, but like, I'm willing to negotiate. Like, don't worry. Yeah. Like, so I'm just like, should I say that or not? But then sometimes brands are just like, never mind. Like, I guess maybe that means I'm so much higher than their budget that they're just like, never mind, actually. Like, I'm like, negotiate. But I guess that's not like, when I say negotiate, we're not doing half off some of these brands coming in here.
No. You could also like send your media kit and be like, oh, I'm open to like hearing your budget.
Yeah.
That's
like, I'll review any offers that you have or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. That's true too. Yeah, it depends on like what you're trying to get out or like what the relationship is there before.
Yeah.
Too.
And then of course of what they're asking for, because a lot of brands are asking for so much for so little.
That's when like yes. And also like this whole like boosting thing that I was like dealing with was I'm like, do you actually want to boost this? Or like, because like we'd worked before and they like asked for boosting and it was like a separate thing, but then they didn't even boost. So I'm like, why are you so into boosting when I'm like, I know you're probably not going to boost this. So I was just like, no.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so then you kind of like mentioned you have like you want to post twice a day on TikTok. I don't know if that's still your strategy, but like, what are your like, I guess, strategy for TikTok, and like how are you laying out this spreadsheet?
Yeah, so for the company's TikTok, we do post twice a day. So it's
Okay.
one of the brand artists tutorials, and then mine also. So it's
So
like
you're
this
like every day is you. Once every day is you.
has to
Wow.
be. Yeah, yeah.
So you're really pumping out that content.
Yes.
Yeah.
I film on my phone, so
Same.
all my photos is just like my hand. Like,
Yeah.
you
That's when
film
like
my
hand
face.
nail cat.
I
Nail
know.
nail
I was
nail
gonna
nail.
say my dog.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe like
literally
a
just
hot guy on TikTok or like Instagram, like nail.
yeah. I'm like, it's my dog. It's Disney. It's
Mm.
like everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to like pay for that extra space
Oh,
on my
I
phone.
know. Do you like
It's
the
so
2 terabyte one?
yeah.
Yeah, same.
So annoying. But I get
Ah.
it's just so much easier for me personally, like filming on my phone than like on a camera. I see so many people
Well,
film on camera. I'm like, oh, that must be nice, like the quality. But I'm like, oh, then like importing in and yeah.
that's exactly it. But also, I'm like, my thing is, it's this content is being viewed on a phone. So I'm like, why am I like going
Yeah,
so much crazy to
very
like
true.
take it off the phone and then blah blah blah? It's like if it's
Mhm.
for YouTube, if it's for like a website, like maybe there's a reason that you'd want to do that. But also, like our
Mhm.
phones are good. Like
Yeah.
they are high enough quality that's like not even worth it to.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
Yeah. And then also like I edit on my phone. So I'm like, it's
Same.
easier for it to be on my phone. Like I try editing on my
That's always the
laptop.
hardest word to say.
Right? I'm like, is
Or
it
like
edited or
I
yes,
edited
that
it.
word. Yeah.
You
I'm like,
edited
am
it.
I typing this right? Like
Yeah.
going on my laptop, I'm like, oh, I hate doing this.
The
It's
only
so
time I
hard.
would bring it into like Premiere or like on my computer is if I did like the 100 layers video, had to bring that into
Mm-hmm.
Premiere. I like did a video where I like took a screenshot of every single swatch I did in 2022.
Yes.
That one I
I
had to
saw
bring
that.
into Premiere. I was like, this
That's
is
crazy.
too.
That was so crazy. I was just like
Yeah.
mesmerized. I kept like watching it. I'm like, how
I know. I honestly I love that video, but
beautiful.
okay, so I do want to hear more about the your experience, I guess, talking to creators and that
Mhm.
side, but like how that informs, I guess, your experience being a creator. I know you said you don't like work
Oh,
too
wow.
much like with other brands, but
Yeah.
like what are some things that you've like learned from creators, or like some people like you got an email from some creator and you're like, wait, I want to do that, or like I want to I want to copy their media kit, or like I don't know if you ever have
Yeah.
stuff like
Definitely
that.
like the media kit, like seeing people's media kits. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I inspire my media kits to be like
Okay.
that. And then the
Like, what are
way that
they like? Is it just like the design of it, or like the
yeah, the
layout and
design, the layout, the format of it. It's like so beautifully done. That and then also how they present themselves. I'm like, oh, like I need to present myself the way these people do too.
do you work with any creators who have managers or like agents?
Yes.
Oh, so
Yeah.
how is that different than just like talking to the creator themselves?
Um
Or is it different really
It
on
no,
your end?
it is different. Not that I feel like I had to be super more professional with managers, but I kind of feel like I do. Because some creators do know me or like they know I have a personal account, but it's kind of funny that some people don't know it's me.
Oh,
And I think
really?
it's so funny. Yeah, like when people like find out, they're like, wait, like you're Anahi. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, you're Anahi from like Lacquer. I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh my gosh, I never like connected the two. I'm like, is like hi. But yeah, like talking to creators like one-on-one, it's obviously it had to be professional, but not that I could let my guard down, but I could be more relatable to them and not talk to them a certain way, but yeah, be relatable to them.
Do you think? I mean, what do you prefer,
Um,
or does it matter?
no, it doesn't matter to me. I do like getting to know creators like one-on-one. Like that's my favorite part of reaching
Hmm.
out to them is getting to know people, connecting with them. So either one really doesn't really matter to me. You know, I learned a lot with my job, especially since I don't have an educational background like in marketing or like anything like that. But working with brands like on the side, I've learned what to say to a creator and what not to say to a creator. Cause I'm like, I don't like what you wrote in your email. So I'm not going to say that in my email to someone. So I've learned a
Yeah.
lot from other companies of what
Yeah.
not to do. So yeah, that's like a big help, I guess, on my end.
No, but I think it is different when you're talking to somebody that is a creator themselves, because like they
Mhm.
understand also like what's going on. My like literally another one of these brands, I'm like, have you ever painted your nails? Like, what are you asking me to do here? Like, this doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Exactly. Or also like, have you not looked at the content I created or what I do?
Yeah.
I like, whenever I contract someone, I like to give examples of the work that I love that they do.
Yeah.
So then they're like, oh, okay, then I'll just like do that.
Yeah. That's what, like, sometimes I feel like that's what, like I say, like, brands are not looking for you to recreate the wheel with like your content for them. Like, they came to you because they see your portfolio, they see your content. Like, also,
Mhm.
I like when I was talking to somebody who was like didn't have a media kit, I was like, you can just send them examples of posts that you've done and be like, I can do a post like this or like this. These are like two different
Yes.
examples of content that I create,
Yes.
and just recreate that.
Yeah. And personally, I love that when people send me examples. I do get like some people that just reach out to me, and sometimes I'm like, how'd you get my email? Like my work email.
Yeah.
But I love when they send links of stuff. Like that's another thing. Send your link of your social media or examples of your work. I love that. Cause I'm like, sometimes I'm like, oh, you just like, you say your @name, but I'm like, send me the links. And
Yeah,
it's
you're like,
like
I don't
makes
want to
my
copy
job.
paste that.
Yeah. Like it makes my
Yeah.
job easier. Sounds lazy, but it makes my job easier.
No, I'm like, because also it's like if you make the job easier for like these
Mhm.
media managers or whatever, it's like they're gonna come back, or like it'll be
Yeah.
a good experience for everybody.
Yeah. But even when I email people, like introduce, like talking about the brand, I'll send a link like to our website or like our
Mm.
Instagram. Cause like the same thing goes for them. Like I don't want them to like type out what the brand is and stuff, you
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah, and I guess you're not gonna assume that like everyone knows. Like, I wouldn't assume that
yeah,
everyone
exactly.
follows me.
Never assume that people know what the brand is, or like never assume that people know you.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Yeah.
Even
Like,
if like the biggest person, you're like, who? Like, yeah.
yeah. Like, wait, who are you?
So then how does, I mean, like, what have you, like, I guess we've been talking about like just like you're taking these strategies from like your work and like applying
Mhm.
that to your personal page. Do you have, going back to like separating the two like identities, I guess, like, do you have a
Hannah
separate
Montana.
like, yeah, literally, like, do you have a separate wig for when you work at
Right.
work, or like do you have like a different mindset for like when you're creating content like for lights or like for yourself, or like your different, I don't know, because like for me, I know like my like Abe the Nail Babe, like that kind of feels like a persona sometimes too. Like
Mhm.
here's the like perfect nails, and like, do I want to wear this color? No, but like this, people like that, or like I'll
Mhm.
paint my nails like for that, but not for
Mhm.
me. Like there is a little bit of like
Yeah.
dissociation. I don't know if you like have some sort of like mindset shift for the two, or you're just kind of
Mhm.
like, it's all the same.
Sometimes it is all the same because I do reuse some of the, I film all the time. So I'm like, I have to reuse this content. So I do, it is sometimes the same, but what kind of like separates the two is, okay, like, yes, I work for the brand, but also like you're promoting nail polish to like a consumer, at the end of the day, or you're showing your work at the end of the day. So what I love to do is I've always done like the matte top coat. Like I always like shown like how a cream looks with like a matte top coat. That's like my go-to. So I feel like that like separates me from like work wise.
You don't put
Um
Matt on work videos.
Sometimes I do, but it's mostly
Oh,
like swatches and stuff. I'm like, I
yeah.
need to like show like how it looks matte because like I love matte nails on dark nails.
Mm.
So like that's kind of like the persona, I guess. But then also how I like format my videos is like sometimes I'll put a photo. If I hate the photo or hate the nail art, I won't put it.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'll do like the tutorial right after.
Because when you're creating the content, are you focused on the brand? Like when you're creating content, you're like, this is what I need to do for TikTok, this is what I need to do for lights, or you're saying like also thinking about how it will play on your own page, or is
Yeah, I'm thinking about how I would post on my end too. Like, does it
okay.
work for both, or like, does the trendy nail art work for both ends?
And probably it
That's how.
does. Like I
Yeah,
mean, it's
for
just kind of
sure.
like the same nail. Like good content is good content.
Yeah, for sure. But I'll like tweak like the editing sometimes because sometimes like for TikTok, it's like what's eye catching for someone. Like liquid
Mm,
latex is so eye catching for someone.
okay.
Sometimes
Like
that works
peeling it
like
off, or
peeling it off or like applying it. Like some
okay.
people
I
on
guess this is
TikTok,
on the
it's
skin. It's like, wait,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, people are like, what is that? Why are you putting polish on your skin? Blah, 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 right?
Mm,
So like on TikTok that works. Sometimes I leave it in for my videos, like personally, but sometimes I'm like, no, like I edit a certain way, and like if it's like off for 1 second, I'm like, nope, gotta go back, like gotta edit that out. I'm so picky when it comes to editing, like
yeah.
for my own nails. So like that's how I kind of like separate the two and try to make it my own. Also like music helps, captions, coming out with like different captions that work like for me, or like the hashtags also, see what works or not. It does feel like I do live like two separate lives. And it's hard to like balance, to be honest, like because burnout is so real. And it's just like, no, like I need to do personal growth, but it's like, but I have work. Like this is what I do for a living.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's hard. But
I mean, your Instagram is doing well. Like you're about to hit 200K.
oh my goodness. It's crazy because the growth of it, I started 5 years ago and it took forever to gain 1,000 followers. I think I hit it during 2020.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it was so slow. And then I hit like 10K. And then you kind of like remember when you hit like 1K, 10K, and then like all the other ones.
I don't know.
Yeah, 100. I honestly, it went from like 10K to like 100 because like I didn't even like realize when I hit like 50 really. So those are like little milestones. But like I remember that it's like a slow process. And Instagram is so crazy because if you ever see that you lose like thousands of followers, it's because Instagram's doing a cleaning. So they're taking out all the bot Instagrams, you know, like all the fake ones and stuff like that. So that's why you'll see like a drop. Instagram's like a whole monster.
Now I'm like trying to focus on like YouTube Shorts and like trying to get monetized on that, but like, you know,
I tried YouTube for a while and then I was like, it sucks because you have the content on you, but it's just like, not to sound like it's lazy at the end of the day, like just post it. But it's like, no, like you have to choose the music. You have to choose like everything. Like, I don't know. It's just.
I know. Literally, you're speaking my language.
It's like first world problems. Like, just post it. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's also like, if I had been posting nonstop, like I probably would be like bigger, obviously. Like you just have to like keep pushing through.
Yeah.
Which is like painful. But I wanted to ask, what are some of the goals or like metrics that are using? Like, are you having to like report the metrics and be like, this TikTok got this many views and like this didn't do well? Like, let's try to adjust. Like, what are you like? How does that look when you're looking at metrics?
Definitely. Well, I look at TikTok like every week, like well, it's Monday today. So every Monday, like I look back like on how the week did, like how the views did, how the growth did. Those are like the two main things just for TikTok though. Instagram's like a whole nother thing. So I look at that and see like what worked and what didn't work, what trending sound worked, what trending sound didn't work, what verbiage worked. That's like a key thing for TikTok is like what
as in like
you put.
Like give me an example.
Like, well, it depends. Like some people put verbiage like on the video or they just put it like
just like verbiage as a just like text.
Yeah, just text.
I thought you meant like action, like verb, like quick.
Oh no,
I don't know.
Sorry. But yeah, like how to something like just seeing like what worked and what didn't, what's
and then
trending.
You would like make another video with that like heading or
and then also what colors worked, what is like, catching people's attention, what's in season, because sometimes like right now like Halloween looks are not doing great. 2 years ago skyrocketed on TikTok. Like it was amazing like on TikTok, but now it's doing
like well right now. What's the secret?
Right now it was not right now it's kind of like
nothing's doing well
to be honest. But aura nails were so in.
Oh yeah.
And then reverse French tip was so in, but also you had to see
with the like, gradient or whatever.
And then you have to see like what words you use. Like, is it easy for the person? Is it not? You know, like beginner friendly or not? How is it eye catching? Are you using like liquid latex like in the beginning? Are you putting the polish on the sponge? Like stuff like that.
Is the sponge? Do people like that?
Yeah, people like.
I feel like I don't do a lot of sponge, but it seems like I see. There's like who's that one girl? It's like glossy something.
Oh, glossy tip.
Is it her?
Yes,
I feel like you work with her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she does a lot. Like a lot of her videos start with like the sponge, and she's like painting like a circle.
Yes, and they're doing so well for her on both ends, I believe. So just seeing
and also like I was looking at her YouTube shorts, and like a lot of them were really doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's very like eye catching to anyone really, because they're like a sponge. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you painting that? You know. So yeah, looking at that, and then conversion wise, seeing like how many like if you. Let's say like if you have like an affiliate code, like who's clicking my link or like who's like using my code and stuff. It's like the same way for like business if they have like a like shop and stuff like that, like who's clicking that. So stuff like that.
Because are you putting, I know like this new TikTok shop, are you looking into this?
Oh my gosh.
Do you have
That's
this?
like a monster. we're trying, but it's just like It's a whole monster. I don't know how brands do it, but yeah, that's like something we're trying to work behind the scenes and stuff.
Yeah. You're like,
Yeah.
and this is my new, like, you're like, and this is my new 9 to
My
5, like
yes,
another 9 to
my
5 that I have to do on top.
yeah, I'm like, that's my new little project that's
Yeah.
happening.
Well, thank you again for being on the pod,
Oh, thank you so
everyone.
much. Thank you so much.
Everyone follow AVR Nail Swatches.
So thank you for having
Thank
me in
you. Yeah, this was fun. I
it.
feel like you being a creator yourself too, and like understanding our pain, like our like the
Our pain,
process. Yeah, like
our
no,
struggle.
literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that you can
Yeah.
like bring that back to the brand and like talk to
Oh,
creators in a
yeah.
way that like is helpful and like beneficial
Mhm.
and just like make everyone feel good.
No, for sure. And I see what creators like and don't like. So I'm always being the voice to the brand of like, for you guys. Like because
Yeah.
I want the brand and creators to be very what's the word I'm looking for?
Relationship.
Good relationship, yeah, at the end of the day. Because we are working like side by side and creating this whole thing
Yeah.
and
No, I
so
think it definitely
yeah.
shows.
So thank you for having
Thank
me in it.
you. Yeah. Okay. Are we going to add content specialist to the list of things that I want now? I had Olive Av on, want to create a brand. I had Elizabeth from The Greater Good. Now I want to be a YouTube short star. Jess from Nail Bitch has me convinced I want a manager. And now I want to work for a nail polish brand. I just want to do it all. I'm just obsessed with nails. No, I love getting different perspectives and seeing all the different avenues and creativity that people are exploring within the nail community. Of course, we just see beautiful nails online, but there's so many other things you can do. And now for some comments. Base Coat Story says, not nail batch changing my mind on management, running to listen to this episode. You said it. Love Fresh Paint. Hi. Says, aw, love this one. So much good stuff. And oh my God, yes, everyone does always say not to look at their nails. I don't know what that is. There are a bunch of hairstylists that go to the gym right before me, and I'm always just like, do not look at my bedhead. And, but I'm sure they don't care. I mean, I don't care if someone has raggedy nails. The Greater Good says, this was so good. Honestly, want to look into management and also maybe just an accountant. Yes, honestly, same, but we'll see. Put it on my list. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave me a review wherever you get your pod. Let's get the engagement up. Excuse me. Leave me an emoji if you must. I need an emoji essay describing your daily mood. Okay. Thanks again to Anahi. I'll have all of her links down below, including her affiliate code for lights if anyone wants to try them out. But in the meantime, thanks for listening. See you next week.